All right. It's about that time, baby. It is Halloween day. I am packed up and headed north to my favorite place ever. Second favorite place ever. Nothing ever tops the mountains, North Carolina, like ever. Like mountains, North Carolina, that's my home. That's where I'll always be. But there's a certain state that I won't name, but it's got a special place in my heart. And I try to spend a lot of time the first half of November, and this one is no different. So I got the truck loaded up. I got all kinds of junk in there. I'm gonna stay in my truck this time. That's what I've been doing here the last few years. Really enjoy it. So I'm gonna sleep in the back. I got my little foam mattress deals back there. Got my coolers, got my food. Other than a tank of gas, I ain't gonna have nothing in this trip. Get on the road, and I'll see you guys on down the road a little ways, and then up in the tree in the morning. All right, here we go. So, got in about midnight last night. Crawled in my little hotel room and went right on to sleep. So woke up. Sweet November, baby. I'm gonna ease in here and scout my headlamp just a little bit, I guess, on my way in, and hopefully we can find a buck. That lovesick 8-point bedded up and stayed with me all morning. It's been a heck of a first morning here in Ohio. Got the coffee rolling, that's that noise you hear. So I slipped in this morning kind of on some historical sign. I didn't even have time to do an intro because while I was putting my stuff together, a buck tried to walk right under me and ended up going around me, still in bow range. This is an 8-point of some variety. It's too dark to tell, too dark to film. And then I ended up seeing 3 different 8-points. I could have killed all of them, which was exciting. And I just spent the middle of the day checking out a couple areas, and boy, there's a lot of sign, a whole lot of sign. So really excited about this weather front and the possibilities. Been a heck of a trip so far. I love these little bonsai trips. They're so much fun. Man, that was a crazy hunt. I don't know how good the video was. He was up on a ridge, probably closest he got was like 80 yards or 90 yards probably. And but God, that was a hammer. Excellent first day of hunting though. Excellent first day of November is always special, but I bet you I probably saw 10 to 12 different bucks today, and in there. So I'll slip back in there in the morning. I got the same northwest wind, and hopefully we'll have some of the same action. And then the wind switches tomorrow afternoon, so I'm gonna switch drainages. But man, what an afternoon. Hopefully we got more to come. I'm gonna eat supper here. Got everything warmed up, and I'm gonna crawl into bed. I rolled in after midnight last night, so I'm about killed. But I'm gonna go ahead and go on to bed. The morning hunt was slower than anticipated, but the chili cheese coney on the tailgate sure made up for it. I would pay a large sum of money to rewind time and be sitting in this tree yesterday evening. Because I watched bucks run does all evening on this edge. But it is the same wind. It's a little warmer, but the same wind as yesterday, so I'm hoping they'll do the same thing. About an hour and a half before dark there with this just deer coming from both directions, working this side to side. So there's soybeans up here. It's been cut, but they've left like the bottom half of the plant is still on there, or bottom quarter, and I think they're out eating that. So anyways, hope to get in some action tonight. It's November 2nd, anything can happen. Awesome. The RUT action was on fire that evening, but the buck I was after didn't show up. I went back home for a couple days to my girls and work with a plan to come back midweek to finish out my RUT case. All right. A little crooked, but it'll do. It's Wednesday morning. It's the first morning of the second leg of the Ohio RUTcation. I'm hoping that a good buck will slip by here. I'm in a great spot. There's basically a giant thermal hub about 100 yards to my right, and on a south wind and southwest, which is what it is this morning, it's a southwest. There's a giant drainage that goes. I'm on the north side of it. It goes straight south. And there's a strip of thick woods that connects 2 points, and there's bedding on either side of the points, and there's food on the other side of the thick. They're gonna move as soon as that rain quits, I think. Anyways, I love the RUT. I love Ohio. Here we go, baby. All right. Man, it happens fast in a rut. I hope that worked out. I watched that buck run does, or run a doe back and forth in this holler. I couldn't really get it on footage because they were running back and forth. And then they went down the other way, and I hung my bow up. I thought, well, I'm gonna stay stood up because he could just as likely turn and run right back up this way. And it wasn't 5 minutes. I looked up and here he come. And she must not have been ready because he was back to cruising, and he came exactly like I wanted him to, right up this hub, and then hooked just like I thought they would. And he was gonna walk right up underneath me, and then he hung a right, ended up at about 15 yards, 16 yards. And I tried to stop him, and I guess I just didn't lead him enough, and I don't really know what happened. I'm excited to look back at the footage and see exactly what happened, but I thought he was stopping, and he must have just hesitated and then kept walking because I hit him back. I hit him, I think, in the back of the ribs. I don't know, it's hard to tell. I can see my hair is absolutely coated in blood, and I see blood on the ground, but he ran up, and stopped at about 30 yards, 32 yards, and was trying to figure out what was going on. And then he went across the holler and stopped and stood there for like 15 minutes, and then I saw him trot off that way. So I don't know. It's really, really weird. I would have expected him to bed up right there, but anyways, I shot him about 10:45. But I'm just gonna back out, obviously, go back to the truck, watch the footage back on the computer. I got my laptop, check all that out, and just give him plenty of time. It's gonna be a long wait, I'll tell you that. Painful wait. When in doubt, always back out. I decided to give this buck 5 hours. While I waited, I made a famous Nathan Killen special: peanut butter and honey. The secret to these things is the amount of peanut butter you put on them, because you need to load the peanut butter down. If you're just one of them people that just barely turns the bread brown with the peanut butter, what are you doing with your life? And what are you doing with all that money you're saving on peanut butter? Because you could really be eating a good sandwich. But so load it down, baby. That's where it's at. Get all that protein. I ain't even gonna act cool about this one, man. I was getting worried. Holy cow. There he is right there. Oh man, I can't even tell you. I come up this edge right here, and I thought I saw him I thought I saw something thicket through my binoculars up, and I was like, that looks like a deer. I was like, I'm not gonna get my hopes up, and I kind of eased to the left, and I seen his antlers, and I said, oh, that's him, baby. Oh, I ain't even gonna act cool about it. I was getting worried. You know, when I went back and talked to everybody and watched the footage, I was like, that shot just wasn't as bad. But oh my gosh, that's awesome. I'm so excited. Let's get up here and look at it. Bye.